My name is Alex. I recently lost all my children due to CAS. I had 5 kids in one house. The oldest, Jasmine, she slept upstairs at the end of the hallway to the left. The second oldest, Lynn, she slept in the basement and was the most behaved child. The middle twins, Nex and Jay, they slept in the room upstairs to the left. The youngest, the one who saved my life, Polly, she slept upstairs on the right, and I slept upstairs at the end of the hallway on the right. I would cook and clean and Lynn would help me. Thanks to her help, things were done easier. One day I told her that she would brush her hair since it was messy and she had school and got mad. She ended up just going to school. After seeing Polly for visits, but that's it, my buddy Jake moved in with me, and same with his 2 kids, Jackie and Sam. They were the most behaved kids I ever met. Even more behaved than Lynn. Fast forward to last night, I was drinking with my neighbors and my buddy in my backyard while the kids were inside. We were listening to music and having a fire while drinking. Just having fun in general. Then since I live in a court, I have a front yard camera. I was doing something when I saw this blonde kid named Andy running out of the court, clearly scared. I didn't care since I was drunk, and once all the fun ended, I went to bed. I woke up in the middle of the night to motion in my background. It wasn't my dog Belle since she was inside for the night. I checked the camera and I see a child. I couldn't tell what gender they were, but they were wearing a gray sweater with red pockets and a black shirt. They also had long black hair. They had broken my window and Belle didn't even bark. It must have been someone Belle was used to. Only person who popped in my mind was Polly, but Polly was shorter than that. I rushed downstairs and saw them up close. It was Lynn. She had a huge meat cutter in her hand, and before I could react, she ran at me. I ran out the house and got in my truck. I had forgotten my keys, so I took the seat belt and tried to use it as a door lock. She finally gave up and went back in. I wanted in my truck for 3 hours. I finally built up the courage to go out there, and I see my car keys in front of the door. When did they get there? I picked them up and tried to look for my buddy and his kids. I looked. Jake was dead? I almost cried, and I checked on Jackie. Jackie was also dead. I went to check on Polly, and she was the only one alive. I grabbed Polly and asked her about anything that happened. She looked too scared to speak, so I slapped the silence out of her, and she finally said, "I almost died," and started crying. I took her to my truck and abandoned that house. Later on the road, I saw that Andy kid dead. I then parked at a Circle K for gas, and Lynn came out from the inside truck. She stabbed Polly to death and then got out and said, "Hey, Dad, feel free to call me Sober Zane." She then pounced on me, and I pushed her off, and I got in the truck and speeded off. I got blamed for the death of everyone and ended up sentenced to 30 years.